Eh? Eh? Huh? Huh? Ah. Hey, and thank you for clicking play. I don't know why I did that teaser, because at the end of the day I would have said in the title and you'd have seen in the thumbnail what I'm up to. But anyway, so what I want to do today is basically talk a little bit about emulation. So if emulation isn't your thing, and some people get very angry about it and think that people that use emulation should be burned at the stake. So if that's you, please, goodbye. Watch something that you're more interested in that will make your life happier. And for those of you that have stuck around, I want to talk about Amiga Forever and how you can use your PC to play original titles for the CD32, which are now getting quite hard to find and very expensive. But also how you can use your PC to play titles for the CDTV, which again is a system, you know, not everybody is going to have access to because they're getting harder and harder to find. These aren't my discs. These have been kindly lent to me by my mate Shane, who lives locally. So I really need to get this video done and give these back to him. So, yeah. And what put me onto this idea is the fact that, I mean, I've been using Amiga Forever since I got back into this hobby. So, and that really is thanks to Dan Wood, one of the earliest channels that I started watching while I was waiting to go back to the UK and pick up my Amiga 500. And he put me onto, through one of his videos, Amiga Forever. So I bought the premium edition, not realizing, so as you can see here, this is premium edition version 8. You can just buy it online. I'll link in the description where you get it from Cloanto. And you can just buy an online version, download. There's several different tiers you can purchase. But I was actually clueless to the fact that by buying the premium edition, that actually gets me ongoing upgrades. So it's on version 9 now, I believe, is what I'm going to show you today. And that's what's running here. So I'll do a lot of this through a direct screen capture so you can get a clearer view of what's going on with Amiga Forever, but we will cut to an external view as well. So let's open Amiga Forever. And first of all, just so you know what version I'm running here, this is, and like I say, I'm getting free updates. This is version 9.0.4.0. Oh, that's free updates until lifetime is what I get with the premium edition, lifetime updates. And I was shocked to receive this update when I first got it. So this is Amiga Forever version 9.2.18.0 that we're looking at today. Okay. And if you haven't seen Amiga Forever for a long time, you might not be familiar with this because it didn't used to have this. So, does this work with the controller? Yeah, there we go. Look at this. With this controller just plugged in, you can scan through. So you've got systems first of all, and just like you could before, you can tailor the system. So if I go all the way back to the start, we've got an Amiga 1000, got an Amiga 500. I've then duplicated the Amiga 500 and saved it with my own configuration to replicate my Amiga 500 Batman pack. I've got an Amiga 2000 there, Amiga 3000, these mostly come pre-installed, Amiga 500 Plus, then you've got the CDTV, Amiga 600, Amiga 1200, Amiga 1200 Custom, so again one that I've duplicated and been playing about with, and Amiga 4000, copy of Amiga 4000, can't remember what I did with that, but again same thing, CD32, Walker prototype, there you go. And Amiga 4000 PowerPC. You have to install your own operating system for that one. You got Workbench 1.3, Workbench 3.x, so that's like a sudo. And there's another way you can actually just boot off the Amiga Forever CD into a sort of pseudo version of Workbench that way as well. And also Aros, so you have to download that, as you can see. But you could run that as well. So really cool ways. Now, what you can also do is if I push up, I've got my options, I've got systems, which were what we were just looking at, but I could also browse by games, which we'll have a look at in a minute, demo scene, gallery, and videos. Games, press fire, there we go. And then I can scroll through the games. And you get the screenshots, And some of these I've set up myself. So Batman the movie, I set that up myself. If I was to press fire right now, that'll launch the game. And it will launch it with whatever version of the system I've told it to work with. There's a pre-existing database, so when you put a new game in, it can go, oh, actually, I know the best way to run that. Generally, I found it would lean towards using an A1200 for best results. But yeah. So this is really nice. This is really, really cool. I like it. Okay, so let's really get into having a look at this feature, which I think is really cool, which is basically the ability to boot. So let's do CDTV first of all. So I launch CDTV. My PC is now a CDTV. I don't have to spend ridiculous amounts of money for the most beautiful looking Amiga 500 you'll ever see in the form of the CDTV, but there you go. And we're going to put in this promotional CD, Pandora's CD Optonica. Okay, so like a promotional disc, art and leisure for all ages. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it under here, insert use physical drive. So it's going to be using the optical drive on my PC. I'm going to put the disc in. And let's see if that automatically spins up first of all. That's what I'm most interested in. I can hear the drive spinning. So once I've told the emulator to play with the PC's physical drive, from that moment on, all I need to do is basically put a disc in, just as I would the actual machine. That's stunning. I love it. I love it. So there we go. Now keep in mind the CDTV was an Amiga 500 in a case that looked like a CD player. Very bold marketing in terms of for Commodore. But would you have got this level of stuff on the bog standard A500? See if we can skip some of this. There we go. So is it recognizing this? Oh yes, it is. Okay. That's going down. What? Regardless of what I do, that's going down. And that goes up. So I don't think it's entirely happy with this. So let's go into our options. Let's tell this that this is a CD32 joypad. And then let's switch them so that it's port 1. That's behaving better. Okay, so you got to tweak, you got to have a play. But there we go. So there we go, introduction. So let's see what's under here. And CDTV, what is that? Let's just go straight for CDTV. Point of sale, for the lounge, for the play school, for training. Education, what shall we do? The lounge, what would you use a CDTV for the lounge?
Welcome to Insight Technology, the first title in the Insight series produced exclusively for CDTV by Optonica Limited.
So there's no way...
Enter a world where you can explore with interest the varied and exciting topics contained within.
So you can see, this is what I love about emulation.
Wondered how things actually work.
This is clearly pulling off the CD, the audio tracks, digitized audio tracks. You couldn't get this much digital information on a floppy
To the mighty space shuttle.
for the Amiga 500. You just couldn't do it.
Well, Insight Technology is here to answer your questions.
So
With
for
over
emulation...
300 full-color computer graphic images ranging from static...
So for emulation, using emulation without needing to buy the physical hardware, I can have a play, I can have a tinker. What were the benefits of this system without needing to go and spend the money on them? Look, they're great if you can get them, but I can only use one machine at once, so yeah. Fantastic. I love it. Harrier jump jet.
Read in depth about.
Let's have a look at a game.
And see topics spring to life with motion.
Wrath of the Demon. Let's have a poke about with this on the CDTV without having one, which is the best way. I love this. I love it. Collectors are going, and people that are in this hobby for investment are going, what? No, don't tell people about that. Flipping heck. Seriously, you don't need every single machine. Wrath of the Demon. Right, what's this look like? Music by David Whittaker. Oh, you can tell that straight away. Listen. It's like just a cut back version of some of the music from Shadow of the Beast. A very Shadow of the Beasty intro. Again, any real-time graphics, that's going to be what an Amiga 500 could have done anyway. I've just hit the skip button because we're not here to... Hello, my ladies! So Shadow of the Beastie on the music. David, come on, David Whittaker. What you doing? Oh, look at the parallax scrolling. Okay, I've got a punch button. What else have I got? Hang on. What's going on? Emulator port, CDTV, joypad. Because it's not. Let's put it in. Let's put it in port 1. Swap. There we go. I've got another button. Up does that. I don't know why. Right, I can punch. I can jump, which is back for some reason, and I can pick things up by pressing up, apparently, which is fantastic. Any of these other buttons, keeping in mind CDTV was a multi-button system. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's the game or if it's just the fact that I'm using the wrong controller. I can jump, we can jump by pressing back. So yeah, other than the fact that, you know, it's on CD, so I assume if it was an A500 title, you'd have that many disc swaps that it just wouldn't be plausible. So by having it for the CDTV, you can put it on CD and it's a lot more palatable to play because you've just got one disc to insert once and off you go. Looks like quite a nice game if I could get the controls working properly. Let's have a look at the CD32. Okay, so for this test, for whatever reason, I can't really get Simon the Sorcerer working on my A1200. There's an installed version via WHD load already on there. Doesn't work, don't know why. So I've turned on the A500 Mini. Let's swap my input on this screen to HDMI because it comes pre-packaged. It's one of the packing games for the A500 Mini. So that gets us out of a hole. Let's have a look. There it is. Let's take note. We've got the music. Got an intro. And there you go, you got some reading to do. And essentially, that's what the game's like. So let me just skip that. And I think on this it will work with the mouse as well, once it gives me a mouse. He's going to read through the intro script, and I've got to read it myself on screen. So I'm going to skip that. Okay, and then I can navigate around and select things, or I can use the mouse, obviously, in this version of the game, because it would be as if having an Amiga 500 or Amiga 1200, sorry, in this instance, it's the AGA version, and play the game that way. Just need to have a bit of a snack. Open the fridge. The door appears to be stuck. Well, that's my interest waned. Let's see what the CD32 version is like via the PC. So let's, on Amiga Forever, let's go over to the CD32. Let's launch that. Okay, so we've seen what it looked like on the A1200 via the A500 Mini. That's what that's emulating there. So let's see what the difference is when we look at the CD32 version via emulation. So again, make sure it's looking for the physical drive. Let's put this in. Does it just boot up, or do I have to tell it to do that again? I can hear it chugging. It's in. Okay. You can hear that sort of bitty blip, blip, blip. So I'm not sure if that's just, I think that's just my CD drive reading it. I don't know if it sounds like that on the actual CD32, so that'll be interesting. Is it emulation at play that's doing that? Is it the fact that it's a PC optical drive? Who knows?
Thank you, Chippy. Now for some credits.
So straight away, we've got an intro sequence. We've got Rimmer from Red Dwarf voicing over the whole thing. Right, set up my controls. CD32 joypad, and I'm also going to add, I know you wouldn't have one on the CD32, maybe I put that in there.
Let me try that again. The wand again. Never fails.
I should be able to skip, is basically what I'm trying to do here.
This magic paper brick.
Quite a lot of skipping on the sound there, eh? So I assume that's because of emulation. Right.
Dear Simon, I am pleased to announce that you have been chosen for...
How good is that? So you don't get that on the normal version. The voiceover.
For which you will be rewarded quite a lot.
That's fantastic.
All you have to do is rescue me from the hands of the evil sorcerer Sordid. Feel free to...
Right, I've skipped successfully using one of the fire buttons. Now, I just want to say, okay, so obviously traditionally on a CD32, all you would be have is a joypad like this to control a point and click adventure. So whilst on the computer, you'd be using the mouse, On this, you'd be doing it this way. It's not particularly comfortable, which is why I would tend to want to, which you can do in emulation, of course, say, bugger that, I've got a mouse in this port. Oh, wrong port. Let's try the other port. So we'll keep that one as a CD32 joypad, and we'll put port 2 as a mouse. And now I should be able to control that. That's doing that. Well, that bloody worked earlier. There we go, because the ports were swapped. There we go. So now I can't control it with that, which is fine, but I can control it with this. Walk to the doggy. And consume the doggy.
I prefer my dog cooked.
Yeah, well there you go. So I assume we have to put the dog on the fire.
No way. I don't know where it's been.
This is why I don't play point and click adventures. Why won't it let me cook the dog on the fire and then eat it? He's just said he prefers his dog cooked. There's a fire right there. Obviously that's what I'm meant to do. Not really. So there you go. What do you think? I just love the fact that you can take a physical CD that's an actual proper game for a CDTV or a CD32, plonk it on your PC optical drive and have a play through emulation. I think that's fantastic and a great way to, if nothing else, just investigate what were the differences. Did something like the CD32 especially make good use of CD audio to free up those other audio channels for game sound effects and let music really pump? That was the PlayStation's secret when that first came out. That's why you had things like Wipeout just smashing everything we'd ever heard before. You had a proper full-on dance soundtrack, plus you had full-on arcade quality graphics and sound effects for the gameplay as well. What an amazing combination, putting CD audio alongside gameplay. And yes, we got that with CD-ROMs on PCs and stuff like that as well, but in a console version, the PlayStation really did just go and really take us on that amazing trajectory. Absolutely love it. So I really want to investigate, without shelling out for the hardware yet, did the CD32 come even close? So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. It's not really a look at these games in particular. It is more a look at Amiga Forever. And yeah, I just think it's a really cool product. Of course, I am well aware you can emulate for free using WinUAE, but you should still buy the licensed ROMs, which you purchase from Cloanto anyway. So however you want to do it, that's fine. But I just like these features that I see coming out in Amiga Forever now. So well done, Cloanto. And thank you again, Shane, for lending me these, because I think that is such a cool feature to be able to throw in original discs into my PC, into an emulated CDTV or CD32. All right, thanks for watching. If you did. If you didn't, then you hate emulation, and I really do hope you didn't bother sticking around to watch this video, because seriously, watch things that make you happy. Cheers.